What's up, guys? I got some new kind of content today. This is Madden 24. There's not been any Madden on this channel in a long time, if ever. I don't even know if I've put Madden on this channel since like Madden 20, Madden 21. Honestly, I may have been on a different channel at that point. I don't know. So maybe you've never seen Madden on this channel. I don't know, but you are seeing it now. You are seeing Madden 24 franchise mode. I haven't played Madden in a couple of years, and a few years maybe, and I heard really good things about this game. I watched a bunch of videos. I watched a bunch about gameplay, about franchise mode, and I decided, you know what? I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this game. I'm gonna play it, and hopefully, I don't get burned by that. The short of it is, I do think that this is the best Madden that I've ever played. I almost hesitate to say that as the first thing that you hear about this game, but I had a lot of problems with the game from maybe the 19 year to like 21, and I was like, yeah, I'm not playing this anymore. This is ridiculous. And there are still problems with this game. Full disclosure, don't get me wrong. But also, I think that they've improved a lot of things over the years, and I'm looking forward to continuing to play this and moving through this franchise. But what you're seeing here is I've chosen the Cleveland Browns and I have moved them to Toronto for the Toronto Huskies. If you're a longtime fan of the channel or have ever been in a Madden league with me, which I think some of my subs actually have been at one point or another, then you know that I'm a big Toronto Huskies guy, big fan, and I love to relocate teams to Toronto and be the Huskies. In this case, I thought that the Browns would be a good option because personally, I'm not a huge fan of the Browns branding and all that, but I do love their division a lot. I think it's cool to play the Bengals twice a year, the Steelers twice a year, the Ravens twice a year. And I thought, why not do all that and make myself a team that I think is cooler than the Browns? So, first order of business was move the Cleveland Browns to Toronto, become the Toronto Huskies. Second order of business was trade Deshaun Watson immediately, and I got Hendon Hooker in return. So, you may not know this about me, but I am a big Tennessee fan, the University of Tennessee. And I love Hendon Hooker. He doesn't have a great rating in Madden 24. I think he was 68 overall, but I'm a big Hendon Hooker fan. So I thought it would be cool. Trade Hendon Hooker, or trade for Hendon Hooker, trade Deshaun Watson away. And I think I'm going to take a cap hit pain with that. I mean, I think there's a lot of dead money associated with that, but we'll burn that bridge down the road. For now, it was just important we get Hendon Hooker and trade Deshaun Watson away to get him, and we're going to see what we can do with Hendon Hooker. We got the spread offense. We got Hendon Hooker. We're going to see if we can make a little magic happen. I will also say we're starting this out on All-Madden difficulty. All-Madden is a joke, respectfully. Part of that is a skill issue, I think. I think I'm just not very good, right? And I'm not embarrassed of that. It's just something that's true. I'm not very good. I throw a lot of interceptions. I don't make the best reads in terms of throwing the ball. And that is just always going to be true, I think. Maybe it'll get better as I play more of the game and get back into it a little bit. But so far, I will tell you, I'm throwing a bunch of interceptions. And on top of that, I think that All Madden just has a bunch of what they might call, or what you might call, All Madden BS. And what that means, and you'll see a little bit of that in this video a couple times, but what that basically means is the game just conspires against you. The game decides we're going to do everything we can to make this guy hate playing this game. And sometimes that just means a linebacker making an absurd interception when he can't even see the ball, but he just sticks his arm out behind him and catches the ball without looking. That happens. Sometimes it's just your own wide receivers being completely unable to catch the ball, which also happens. I think that happens at least once or twice that you'll see in this video. But it's tough. And I will tell you, I'm a couple games ahead of this game in the actual playing. I just haven't commentated them and uploaded them yet. But I have switched away from All Madden. I've also added on some sliders because this game right here is just completely default sliders. And what you may have already seen, and if not, you will see, is that the running is way too OP. I mean, Nick Chubb is very good. Don't get me wrong. Nick Chubb is my running back, and he's very good. But I think he goes for like 200 this game. It's like 18 rushes, 200 yards, or something like that. And it's just frankly unsustainable. Another comment is the quarterbacks, and this has been true in Madden for years, the quarterbacks are just robots. It's just like a robo QB phenomenon. And on All Madden especially, I mean, I think at one point in this game, Joe Burrow is like 22 of 23. And Joe Burrow is a good quarterback, but it gets ridiculous. That's what I'll say about that. It just gets ridiculous. So that is the setup here for what you're seeing, why you're seeing this, how what you're seeing may change as we move throughout this season. But what you're seeing in this game is currently I'm up 7-0. And I moved the ball pretty well when I was on offense. And we now have an interception. So the momentum, it feels like, is going my way in this game, and you can see that at the top of the screen with the home field advantage momentum thing, the top, the white and kind of gray boxes, and we've got all the momentum here, and we've now scored another touchdown on what I think, respectfully, frankly, not to brag, was quite a good throw. I saw it. I made the read. I placed it exactly where it needed to be. And this is a 68 overall quarterback. Remember that. So that's a pretty impressive throw for that guy. But for now, we are up 14-0, but that quickly changes as Joe Burrow throws a strike to Jamar Chase, and Jamar Chase manages to break a couple tackles, and I just didn't really tackle that well, I don't think, and they quickly get a touchdown. So it's 14-7 at this point, and I'm pretty happy. I mean, I distinctly remember playing this game. This was like 2 days ago. I distinctly remember playing this game, and at this point in the game, I think, okay, well, I've outplayed the other guys up to this point, and that sort of goes away. That throw just did not have a lot on it, just didn't have a lot on it at all, and I was a little too late in hitting that tight end, and it just, I knew, well, I didn't know as soon as I threw it. When I threw it, I thought, okay, that's going to be good. And then the safety jumped the route, and it was game over. And the Bengals quickly score again off of that interception. They had great field position. So it's 14-14. I've got 100 plus rushing yards, 85 passing yards. Do have an interception, but we have at least scored 2 touchdowns. So it's 14-14. I'm still in this game despite a really, really ugly interception, which I think is pretty good. Fast forward a bit, we get a third down, unable to convert. You see me use the halfback screen there, and I rely on the halfback screen quite a bit in this game. I moved away from it a bit as I've changed the difficulty and changed the sliders a bit, but in this game, I threw a lot of halfback screens because, frankly, it was the only, it was maybe the only route, but definitely one of the only routes that I knew was not going to get just picked off immediately. And it's nice to have that security, because I kind of felt like I couldn't throw the ball. I felt like I can't throw the ball downfield because the defenders are getting insane reads. They're getting insane jumps. I just don't feel like I can complete a pass. And I will say that's been better on lower difficulties. Again, partially skill issue, yeah, probably, but still. I think it's good to calibrate this to kind of what your level of play is and what you're able to do. And in my case, I'm not able to do a lot, at least in the passing game. I've been in leagues over the years in Madden, and inevitably, my quarterbacks will finish with like, I don't know, 14 touchdown passes and 32 interceptions or something like that. I mean, there was I remember one year I was the Panthers and Cam Newton was my quarterback, and I threw something like 45 interceptions. So I'm just not that good. And maybe if I keep playing this franchise at the rate I'm playing it right now, I think I've played 4 games in 3 days or something like that, I will get a lot better. But for the moment, it's not good. You might have seen there, that was a very ill-advised throw. It's one of those that the second that I threw it, I knew it was going to get picked off. And I walked right into it, frankly. Another halfback screen for your viewing pleasure, but it worked, so we might keep doing it. But that last interception, it's just, you feel it happening, and as soon as you make the throw, you know what's going to happen, and there's nothing you can do about it at that point. And it's a frustrating feeling to throw interceptions in Madden when it's your fault. I mean, there are situations where it's not really your fault. It's like maybe a 3rd and 25. I throw a streak down the sideline, and it's a jump ball. Maybe it's going to be a 45-yard gain, but maybe it's going to be an interception, and it's like a de facto punt almost. That's not the end of the world. I know that there's some calculus there of, hey, I may throw an interception here, and that's okay. I'm fine with that. But in that case where you know it's going to be an interception, it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. So, um, going into halftime, I'm down. What is this? Well, we're not into halftime yet, but it's 28-17, 15 seconds left in the half. I really want to stop these guys from scoring because it's going to be quite the hill to climb if it's 35-17 or something like that. Fortunately, they don't have a ton of time, so they are able to get the field goal, but it's only 31-17. And I was unable to do anything going into the half. I think I got the ball with something like 5 seconds left, and just ran like a run play or something, and we move on. But in terms of yardage, it doesn't look as bad as maybe the score tells you. And I'm kind of in this game still at this point. There it is, 20-21 for Joe Burrow. But I am kind of in this game at this point. But with the Bengals getting the ball after halftime, I mean, I really need to stop here. I can't let them just run down the field and score because I think this game might be over if that happens. 38-17. I haven't been able to score 21 points the whole game, so I don't think that I'm going to be able to score 21 points immediately after, immediately in the second half there. So there's Joe Burrow at 23 of 24. So it just keeps running up, and they get very close there, third and goal. So 31-17, and they have a fourth and goal, and they decide to go for it. I do get a big stop here, very big stop. But we have 99 yards to go now, and we are down 14 points. The good news is the running game is still working. Nick Chubb has 19 rushes for 128 yards after that one right there, and he's showing no signs of slowing down. And it's just first down after first down after first down, and we are moving. But unfortunately, it stops a bit, and there you see the limitation of a 68 overall quarterback because that was a bullet pass. The receiver was open, and I just couldn't hit him. I just missed him, and that happens. That happened quite a bit in this game, in plays that you do see and that you don't see, and it happens in future games as well. And I think that that's just one of the learning or growing pains of developing this quarterback and turning him into a monster. Is just at the moment he doesn't have the arm to make all these throws. You know what I mean? And you hope that as he develops, that will improve a little bit. Accuracy will get a little bit better. I mean, he can't change something like arm strength, but honestly, Hinton Hooker's got a pretty strong arm. He's got a good amount of speed, and just some of like the short and medium accuracy stuff could be improved a little bit. And I think hopefully we'll see that improve as long as his morale doesn't take a huge drop because he throws a million interceptions this season. There's the All-Madden BS that I was talking about. Had it in his arms and just got broken up, unfortunately. But while I was talking there, you may have seen the Bengals scored again. I'm down 38-17 at this point. I mean, quite frankly, this game feels like it's pretty close to over. Get a nice little scramble there with Hendon Hooker. It's nice that he has the speed to be able to do that. But as I said, this game feels like it's over for the large part, but I'm hoping we can at least make a score here and then maybe get a stop, maybe make a game out of this. I don't know. I mean, all you can really do is try, right? But we are fighting down the field. Nick Chubb is up over 150 yards. Again, it just feels like the blocking needs to go down a little bit in terms of sliders. But Hendon Hooker there gets another touchdown, 38-24. And there, I fast forwarded a bit through that just to show you that. But the Bengals score again. And we do end up getting another touchdown in garbage time. I think there were 30 seconds left, and then we're down by, I don't know, 14 or something like that. Yeah, so it's a final score of 45-31. Tough game. Honestly, it probably should have been worse than the score. I mean, the running game was really, really good, but you can't expect to get 200-plus rushing yards every game. But if the other quarterback is going to shred me like he did here, then you're just going to be in big trouble. That's just the fact of the matter. So it's tough. You lose your first game as a new coach. It's tough. It's unfortunate, but I will say at least the uniforms look good. I love the logo, so hopefully we can build something here and improve. And I think as we change the sliders and change the difficulty, we might see some of those All-Madden BS moments decrease. But Joe Burrow had a heck of a game. Kudos to him. Nick Chubb went 31 for 198. Sorry, but Regardless, just a really good game from him. And you see that Mixon did something similar, 17 for 140, actually a better average. So, yeah, we definitely got to bring that down, bring that slider down a little bit. But like I said, guys, tough first game. We'll see what we can do, see what we can develop, and we'll try to win next week.